Greetings, beautiful souls out there, in there, or wherever you reside. Today's video is going to be entitled The Push-Pull Energy of Existence. I feel in this now, it's really important to touch on this subject. For the fact being, I don't know about you guys, but energetically, I feel pushed and pulled in a multitude of directions. That's a beautiful thing on one hand, and on the other hand, it can be quite confusing. You feel the need to say this, you feel the need to go help this, you're pushed and you're pulled in so many different directions. And what I realized by being in this vibration, being in this energy, is it creates a field. Just like any oscillating energy, it creates a field from which it operates in. So therefore, if you continuously get pushed and pulled and allow yourself to be pulled and pushed and pushed and pulled to be in this perspective, that perspective, this perspective, over here, over there, you'd be so spread. Ask yourself, do you want to be compartmentalized anymore? Do you want the compartmentalization of who you are to be separate? Or do you desire to have one stroke, essentially, of life? One broad understanding stroke of creation? And one can get totally ransacked, if you allow it, to the push-pull energy. There's a saying back in the 70s, 80s, maybe the 90s that will touch on this concept, what could potentially happen if you don't stay in your heart, if you don't allow your actions to drive through your heart. And that is a word called spun. If you don't allow yourself the opportunity to balance, the opportunity to harmonize, the opportunity to stand in the center of it all, you may be liable to get swept up in the bullshit. You may be liable to put yourself in a situation that may not manifest the thing that you desire, you prefer. But that's okay, because remember, any and all choices that you do only reveals more of who you are. So regardless of anything, remember, you are a powerful being, and no matter how far you've slid, if you will, down the scale of vibration, or thought process, or actions, or whatever, you always have an opportunity to change it in the next moment, or in that very moment itself. So the push-pull energies will create an opportunity within you to bring these ideas to the surface, to bring these ideas in the front of your vision, out in front of you, so you can operate with them, or you can validate them even, because by validating them you take away half the power. You put it back in your own pocket, you put it back in your own heart, you put it back in your own fold. You reclaim the power that you've given it. My beautiful friends, we're in a day and age right now where if you don't transmit, you will receive. And that receiving could be a multitude of things all at once. And it's okay, it's beautiful to receive. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you allow yourself to be a transmitter, you receive and transmit at the same time. Because you become essentially the teacher. And the teacher always is the best learner. And the best learner is always the teacher. So remember, when you're feeling stretched in one direction or another by somebody else's beliefs, remember, take a deep breath. Because within that breath, that gives you the space, that gives you the opportunity to decide, to make a conscious understanding choice towards the direction that you desire to go in your heart. Not the anxious way, not the way that is going to perpetuate, keep the negative or the nervous aspect rolling along. This push-pull energy is magnificent, but it's also it's magnified. It magnifies the energies at which you have at your core. The energies that you have at your foundational core of who you are only amplified by the push-pull energy. Because you can only be affected by this energy if you contain this energy. So think to yourself, consciously, right now, what would you like to do? Would you like to perpetuate negativity? If you do, that's fine. Because even if you perpetuate negativity, you still give people an opportunity to be who they are off of your reflection. Because you can show them things that they don't want to be or don't want to see. And by that reflection alone, could potentially drive them in a direction more representative of who they are. Or, if you go in the direction of who you are, and you demonstrate more of who you are and what you have, you create a field in the opposite way. That field of law of attraction, if you will. The attracting field, the tractor beam field. Because by being yourself, people will look at you like, oh my lord, I feel so stretched and compressed in this fucking direction. But I see Tommy over here having a time of his life, and I don't understand it. So I'm going to investigate. That's what you will do to people. That's what you will do to your neighbor. After they get through the definitions and the judgmental basis of who they are, they get through that, and they still see you there, flying high on your spinning disc of happiness. You just perpetuate and you just rotate love in all directions, in a 360-degree circumference of your being. So, no matter if you are pushed or if you're pulled in either direction, it doesn't matter. Oh, of course, unless you say it does, then it will matter. Remember that. It will only matter if you say it does. Because the definitions of so create the foundational bedrock to put yourself upon. All the characteristics and all the understandings of who you are get positioned and placed upon that. So potentially, if you're not experiencing the life that you desire right now, look at your definitions. How have you defined it so far? And if you've defined it so far as to be detractive, separative, segregative, and separating, then that's what you're going to experience. Unless and until you get into the basement level, the foundational level of your existence, and you rewrite and you redefine these things to be beneficial to you. When you open up that door of benefit, you create a benefit for yourself. On this note, my beautiful friends, think with your heart. Listen to your heart. Live through your heart. It's our guiding light, my dear friends. May you have a beautiful and creative day.